Hello, everyone. RPG Kingdom Kid here, back with some more stories. The Path of Destinies. In the previous video, we did another Sky Ripper one, and we ripped the sky apart. Lovely. So now, guys, we are going to do another Sky Ripper one, and this time we are going to do the opposite of what we did when we saw Calaverse. We're going to go to the
and then this emperor's horrific sacrifices had
the
brought
other
it back to
one.
the surface.
So
Reynardo wasn't exactly sure how to use the legendary weapon, but surely there must be some way to do it without provoking another catastrophe. Had he somehow summoned the long-lost components of the legendary weapon out of the deep places of the earth? It was more than Reynardo could fathom. But if he could find a legendary weapon, he would use it. As he set foot on the island, Reynardo couldn't help feeling a bit curious. Was Lapino still waiting to be rescued? No. He was probably drinking champagne with the ravens. Did ravens drink champagne? Did rabbits? Reynardo felt oddly thirsty, come to think of it. Why had he chosen the Sky Ripper? Reynardo never made plans that required constant vigilance. He was a hero. He didn't think too much. He just went with his gut and hoped it all worked out. The Sky Ripper was a long shot. He'd have to devote himself to it. No side journeys, no rescuing old friends. That was against his nature. Could he stick with it?
I think this is the best path to use if I'm still gonna try to grind some experience out of this shit.
Oh, you got such delicious looking eyeballs. Cord to leave, Raven. Thank you, I think, said Reynardo. It never hurt to be polite.
One thing I couldn't do was the fucking
use the Sky Ripper without causing a catastrophe. Why? Maybe it's always dangerous, he imagined Zenobia saying. Always the voice of reason, that one. Well, there had to be a way to use the Sky Ripper because not being able to use it was boring. So there.
Kind of hoping that would have had more health.
Reynardo was looking for a big chest. Wait, that didn't sound right.
Oh, I almost had it, but that's fine.
Odd that they never locked these things.
I don't know why I have Dracula, that's the name of the song, I believe. Stuck in my head. It was actually on the radio last night on my way back to work after my break, so that might be why. I almost got the perfect, really godlike. I mean, it was only going to be 50 more, which, granted, may not be that much, but it still would have been nice, you know?
It's not personal, but your mother wears army boots. On her ears.
Fuck. Fuck you. Oh, fuck you.
See? With enough leverage, you could go anywhere.
Ha 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 ha. So I don't think I can get all the stuff for this next fight over here. I think it's still best if I do the fights, because then I just keep getting more experience, and then I don't have to worry about, having to do a lot more of them in the future. I think I still did a good job, but still one of those things that I definitely could do better. I wonder if this will end up being my first platinum of 2022. It's either going to be this or Avengers. Avengers, I only need one more in, which is the fucking 50 hives, which is going to fucking suck. You know what? Get more stamina. How many more levels do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I need 16 more levels with at least 2 of them giving me more,
There it was. Sky Ripper's armature. The stuff that dreams are made of. Engineers' dreams, anyway. The device
I think I still have 2 stories left where I'll get a level up,
No
so
one
I
alive
just
had
need
the
14
skill
levels
to
then.
make a thing like it. How is it part of a weapon at all?
He'd have to ask a scientist. But first, he'd get the second piece. Sky Ripper had a heart. A core that had come to rest on the next island. Well, there was another island he could reach. Zenobia had just invaded it with her father's Raven battalions. She must be encamped there still. But fighting Zenobia now, that made no sense at all. He'd already sacrificed one friend to get this armature, was it? He didn't need to hurry to face her. She would find him.
You know what's hilarious? I think I mentioned this before, but I think all
It was a no-brainer.
the
He
second
sacrificed his old friend Lapino
pick
to
is
get the
always
armature,
between
and the armature was useless
Zenobia
by itself,
and or
with
the
only a series of
core.
coils and wheels.
So
War demanded sacrifices, and he would make more before the end. He would have to choose the greatest good, no matter how much it cost him. Zenobia. Well, he would see her sooner or later, across a battlefield or a sword.
So once I'm done with this one,
He was sure of that. The power was in the core.
yeah, I
Obviously,
think there's
he had
4
to get the core.
endings on each path. So hold on.
Doubt sunk in before he was even out of
4
sight of the
times
Farfarer.
3 is 12.
Why had he chosen the Sky Ripper?
No.
It was the sort of path he'd always avoided.
That by 2, that's
The
24.
path of responsibility, of seriousness.
Yeah, I guess that's true. There's
Had
4
he
endings on each
grown
path
up? He
within.
didn't feel grown up.
So if there's
He
two
made
paths,
this decision from his gut, like he always
I mean, there's
did.
3 paths.
Somehow, he'd impulsively decided to stop being impulsive. Did that make any sense?
There's 3 paths, and each of their second path has 4 endings. So, yeah, that makes sense. This is just a chest over here, which is good because I could do some
Who
healing.
leaves these chests everywhere? Wondered
Now let's
Reynardo.
jump down the well. I honestly don't
We
know
should
if I
send him a
did that the
thank
first
you
time or
note.
not. Yeah, I think I did. More health is always good.
There was something sour in the air. Like the earth had ruptured over something that had been fermenting for a very long time.
Ah, if there was only one more in there.
Rush. Oh.
Missed something, I guess, at some
There were
point.
fewer and fewer trees. There were only these huge crystalline growths. Had those been here before? He no longer heard birds except for the feverish cawing of the ravens when they attacked. He couldn't smell the small animals of the forest. The mice and rabbits. Where had they gone? He was getting hungry too. This was an unhealthy place to be.
Say hi to gravity for me.
Shit. Fuck. I think I did do them all, but it's hard to tell sometimes. I know I did the 3 grabs. Fuck. Missed something, I guess. You know, I think that's bullshit. I'm pretty sure I did them all, but whatever. What do I know? I think jumping down the well is the shortest of the
20-sided
paths.
core made him feel physically sick. Once he had sneaked into a temple of the dark art, and he hadn't liked what he smelt and saw there. This felt like that. As quick as he could, he wrangled the icosahedron into the armor.
I guess, okay, I guess
The
more so
wheels
with the
began to
third
spin.
option. The third option is
glow.
where
The sick feeling
you pick
quickly spun
your
away.
2 endings.
Now he
I
only
guess.
felt
It's the third
sad.
option where there's 2 endings.
He had lost good friends for this war apparatus. Maybe Lapino wasn't such a good friend. Yeah, that made him feel better. He carried his prize back to the Farfarer. Now, he had to make his next move. There was a key Imperial outpost on the Nexus. If this really was some sort of super
I need
weapon,
to do that one.
He could use it to wreak havoc on the enemy. And if it wasn't, well, better to know that before the final battle. But maybe he should show it to some scientists first. There was an observatory on the Nexus. Maybe he should go there before he fired it. Reynardo had never been much of a student. At Sword Fu School, he'd never read the books, just looked at the pictures. And Zenobia. But weapons he understood. His gut told him that the Sky Ripper would work great. He would use it to take out the Imperial outpost. And what's the worst that could happen? The thing wouldn't work, and then he'd take it to the scientists, right?
Reynardo actually could think of a few things that were worse, but he would make sure they didn't happen this time. Right?
Exactly. As he set out down the path, Reynardo wondered why the parts of the Sky Ripper had only surfaced now, thousands of years after the Transcendent Emperor had discarded it. This Emperor, Isengrim III, had performed terrible, bloodthirsty rituals to invoke the lost gods. Perhaps that was bringing up lost artifacts. How perfect, then, that the Sky Ripper would reappear to be his destruction.
And hopefully this time, just his destruction.
I never expect anything. I mean, of course, unless I had done that perfectly, which, in all honesty, I should have. Hold on a second. All right, sorry about that. I am back now. Shit. I think this way provides some enemies. I just want to make sure I put my headphones back on after I had to remove them. I'll make sure I put them back on the right way.
Hey, wanna hook up?
If I could get roughly 1,000, I think I said this before. If I could just get roughly 1,000 within every single fight, then I think it'd be worth it.
He was tired of slaughtering ravens. Maybe it was time to test out the new weapon. He turned a knob on the Sky Ripper. It made strange, mechanical noises. The wheels spun faster. It began to hum.
The Sky Ripper was following his every step. At least it acknowledged him as the master. But there was no trigger. How was he supposed to fire it? Fire, he said. Nothing happened. Well, maybe it just needed to warm up. After all, it hadn't been fired in thousands of years.
Okay. I think there's only one more fight. It's the final fight in this area, which... One thing I didn't do. Oh, never mind. I was about to say I think the one thing I didn't do was counter, but nope, I guess I did. That was not bad.
The Sky Ripper
Not
was
bad at
making
all.
a whining noise now, and its wheels were spinning so fast he could no longer see them.
Reynardo had a thought. Please? He asked. The Sky Ripper began to glow. Boom! The outpost burst into flame.
Ravens flapped out screaming, wings on fire. The base was his. The far speaker toad came hopping out.
Reynardo!
It croaked, sounding like a toad version of Zenobia.
Don't use the Sky Ripper. It will destroy the world.
Yeah, sure it will, cracked Reynardo. Pull the other
Yeah,
one.
sure it
If
will.
you don't trust me, go see Calaveras.
That sounded sensible. Why did she always have to sound sensible all the time? Oh, it was infuriating.
Of course she would say that. He was supposed to hurry and bring the Sky Ripper to the council so the rebels could actually win the war. But what if she was right?
Damn it. Just this once, he would not let Zenobia get into his head with her logic and her
With her
wisdom,
wisdom,
and
her right
appeals
way.
to reason. He was a fox. He'd go with his instincts, and it would all work out like it always did. Oh, he was sounding like a reckless idiot, even to himself. But if there was one thing Reynardo could never bring himself to do, it was turn back on a decision he'd made. Imperials were flapping and cawing all around the ruins. They must be panicking with rumors flying of the superweapon. Maybe they hoped to find and destroy the base before he could put the Sky Ripper into action. The Sky Ripper was whining and heating up. It would be time to use that energy soon.
Rally the rebels. Now this is gonna be...
This was the craziest weapon he's ever used. Or not used.
That was a good one. It's really hard to, like, you want to do those 8 things first right away, and then all you gotta do is just keep building up the combo. So then you have a high enough combo score. And of course you want to do it without getting hit.
Hey, I got this friend who's a swan. Could he join up? He dyes his feathers.
Reynardo had never had a super weapon before. He'd single-handedly taken down an Imperial base. He felt good. He'd resisted all the distractions that were thrown in his path. He couldn't wait to attack the enemy fleet.
I don't think there were any fights on that side, but there's a fight over here. Yeah, that's a very hard one to do, especially because you have the fucking, like, in whatever ending where you have this orb thing powering and fighting, that's gonna be a little tricky dicky. Because it's always gonna kill at least one enemy. Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's a fight over there. If there was, it's not like it's gonna be too hard to go. Ah, get it.
fantastic weapon. Ravens burst into flames with just a touch of its killer beam. He was tempted to leave it on all the time, but he didn't want to accidentally slice off some council toad's head or tongue. She'd been trying to distract him. Well, this time, no one was going to distract him.
I would have had 300 more if I didn't get hit, which I wouldn't have gotten hit, but whatever.
There were a lot of shiny, smooth, curved with leather, buckles. It smelled, you know what? Never mind. Yes, there was also ore and other useful stuff. Let's focus on that, shall we?
I wonder if I could get another level up before the end of this. It'll be very close, but we can maybe do it. I know this is the last fight down here.
Long stairs. So he was close to the rebel base. Nothing was on fire. So far, so good.
That was almost 2,000. If I just was able to throw one over, probably will be at it. Yeah, I might be able to get enough experience to level up.
As he headed towards the council chamber, Reynardo felt everyone watching him.
You've saved the rebellion, said the council speaker. Frankly, we were afraid you'd turn aside to save that idiot Lapino.
Not bloody likely, Reynardo told them, feeling he was maybe being a bit harsh on the poor mad rabbit.
If you never make sacrifices, he said, you're probably not doing the right thing. The speaker nodded. Are you ready to lead the charge? Let's roll, he said, with grim satisfaction. Reynardo set sail for the fleet. The Sky Ripper had lost its wine. It was humming now, as if it had taken some time to seat properly. He had always been irresponsible. This time, he'd done the right thing, made the hard decisions. He was a real hero. He hadn't let himself be distracted by old friends or old lovers turned enemies. Finally, he could be proud of himself.
He was ready. So was Sky Ripper. The Sky Ripper had a will of its own. It picked out its own targets and set them on fire.
This was going to be a short battle. He would set the ships on fire if he didn't need them to get to the Emperor. And he wondered if he'd see Zenobia, or if she'd flee. Wouldn't she be proud of him? At least, a bit of respect. He'd become an all-conquering hero.
Use the Sky Rip on the Emperor.
The port led right into the middle of the fleet. It was a glaring weakness in the defense.
Oh, if I can do good like that, I can definitely get another level up before we finish this.
Once, Reynardo had opened a chest, and a Jack-in-the-Box jumped out. Jack-in-the-Boxes, they gave him the Wiggins.
Think of all the games I could platinum right now. I could platinum Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers. Sekiro. At least maybe get closer to the Dark Souls. That's another thing too I need to play at some point. Is I need to stream Dark Souls 3, which maybe I will start that once I'm or not Dark Souls. Well, yeah, Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls and Demon Souls. I need to stream both those games. I don't know which one I'll start. You know what? Maybe after Elden Ring, I'll probably stream Demon Souls, and then after Demon Souls, I'll do Dark Souls. We'll see. Don't quote me on that order quite yet. I don't think Demon Souls is that hard of a platinum game either.
The Raven One talking to her son. You don't write. You don't call. Get it? Call? I just made that up.
If I can get a level up, I don't think there's any more fights unless it's that final fight. And I almost got hit. So I was not paying attention. Oh, is this?
There was a parchment on a signpost. It was from her.
Every time you fire, you risk the destruction of the universe. That's insane. We surrender.
He'd done it. He'd played chicken with Zenobia and won. He could hear the horns blaring the retreat. She was wiser than he was, that was for sure. But wisdom didn't win battles.
Reynardo knew more than he ever had. But about what?
I got another level up, sweet. The next fight's the last fight. That actually scared me a little bit. I was like, oh, fuck. Oh, no, there's one more. Oh, no, there isn't. Yeah, this is the fight. Or this is the area before the fight. Oh my god!
And there was Zenobia, wearing the white robes of surrender. She came and kneeled before him. Why didn't you listen to me? I was trying to save you too. You're the enemy, he said. I was never your enemy, Reynardo.
And he realized, not for the first time, how much she loved him.
Then she spoke a terrible word and made a gesture with her hand. She stopped moving, covered in frost, and he wondered why she'd frozen herself. Then the Sky Ripper froze, and then, for a moment, he felt very cold and discovered that he couldn't move. The next thing he knew, the sun was a giant, monstrously red. It took up half the sky, and he was in a parched red desert. And then he was on fire.
Yeah, see, that looks more like that one
again?
right there that we had beforehand.
But he already had all the secrets he needed. He was sure of that.
A hero who does
He
not
must have
let
not
anything
used
get
them
in
the
the way
right
of his
way.
mission.
Ah.
Reynardo
What was the
Nukem.
best, worst mistake you could make? Probably trusting that traitor Lapino.
Reynardo Nukem, okay. Alright, I got the first 4 endings with one of the choices at the beginning. So, I think there's one more ending off of the, Oh, wow, we only have 2 more endings for Zenobia. Which is interesting. So, I gotta do the last one here, which I believe is... which is spare Zenobia and not meet the council. It'll be whatever the next one is for that one. So, but anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for this part of, well, let's go here first.
Faster
So we
than
can
before,
see this beginning.
and he fell. The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The
It's so weird though,
rebellion
like
was
it's
in
I
trouble.
don't get it. It's
Ravens were
whatever, it's not a big
scouting
deal,
for the
I suppose.
secret rebel base. They needed a game changer.
Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Reynardo knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong, but he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it, to take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course, Reynardo had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion, and he had a gut feeling that he needed to use that to his advantage.
All right. Yeah, guys, like I said, that's going to do it for this part of Let's Play Stories, The Path of Destinies. In the next part, guys, we'll go back to do the Iblis Stone. We got a couple of those endings left. So let's see. We got 4 of these. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. We got 11 out of technically 25, but 24 for these before we go pick the correct one. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching this video. Guys, if you liked the video, please give the like button a click. And comment down below what you like about the video, didn't like about the video, and let me know what you guys think of that ending. I wasn't really a big fan of it, I suppose, but, I mean, it wasn't the worst one out of all the ones we've seen so far, I'd say, so, yeah. As always, guys, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a beat, and subscribe to the main channel, too, that's in the description below. As well as follow me on Twitter, both of my main Twitter, the RBG Kim Kid Twitter, are in there, too. Thank you all so much for watching once again, and I will see you all next time.